Over the years, I have carried a small newspaper clipping in my pocket. The small quote reads, "I've come to the frightening conclusion that I am the decisive element in the classroom. It's my personal approach that creates the climate. It's my mood that makes the weather. As a teacher, I possess a tremendous power to make a child's life miserable or joyous, to be a tool of torture or an instrument of inspiration. I can humiliate or humor, hurt or heal. In all situations, it's my response that decides whether a crisis will be escalated or de-escalated, whether a child's going to be humiliated or lifted up. I learned this lesson first in the classroom as a chemistry teacher. So here you are. You're teaching and a student throws a disrespectful bomb in an attempt to derail you and disrupt the entire class. The choice now sits before you, a literal fork in the road. You could respond and say, "Psh, you are messing with the wrong guy," and then proceed to toss a bomb right back and return evil for evil. Listen, this public malignment will certainly shut them up at the moment. However, it does nothing but cause future difficulties. Don't return evil for evil or insult for insult. Don't do it. Give a blessing instead. Extend grace. Be the adult. Now listen, when I return evil for evil to a mouthy kid, I have just showcased to every other kid in the group that the same thing could happen to them, that this teacher could publicly humiliate them. Therefore, they will no longer take the risk of offering any answers. The whole group safety dynamic will instantly take a nosedive. Kids will no longer feel safe to offer up a response to your questions, fearing that they themselves might be slammed by you. Your initial reaction is going to be an indication of how the rest of the situation is going to play out. Crushing the group dynamic is a poor trade-off to somehow put a kid in his place. Worse yet, when I act out in my flesh and verbally retaliate, that student may seek to give me a one-up in front of the other students and further escalate the situation. At that point, things have gone from bad to worse. Publicly humiliating a child, regardless of their inappropriate actions, it just isn't helpful. If necessary, take them aside, address it individually. That's what the scriptures would teach. And return to the group and carry on. Give them a chance to turn the other way. Approach the staff member overseeing the room in which you serve and get some help. The staff member could possibly arrange a meeting with the parents and diffuse the situation altogether. Hey, Jesus gave us the example to follow. When reviled, he did not revile in return. When he suffered, he did not threaten. What Jesus did, what did he do under these painful remarks and ridicule and even torture? He kept entrusting himself to him who judges righteously. Be like Jesus. Don't lash back and crush a kid. Don't return evil for evil, but give a blessing instead. And you know what? You'll be glad that you did.